Alrighty, howdy neighbors and welcome back to Corpse Party with Book of Shadows. Last time Morishige started... What is happening? No. Okay. So what the hell? I don't know why that happened, I'm so sorry. But Morishige started to go insane. And I'm here for it. And we will continue. I rewound the tape a bit and put the camera in playback mode. Immediately, horrifying imagery began displaying on the device's tiny LCD screen. The audio was irrelevant. It seemed to be only the sounds of the tape were those of Taguchi's ragged breathing and footsteps, with occasional soft mutterings. 90% of the video footage then consisted of dead bodies. The remaining 10% was mostly just camera autofocusing in the dim light. Each body was shot from a variety of angles, so the causes of death could be easily determined. Since I guess he was really planning on showing this to the police. What the hell is this? It's nothing but dead bodies. Get it away, I don't want to see that. The two nosy girls were peeking in at the video's contents over my shoulder, and neither seemed certain quite how to react. Amazing, he really did a nice job with these. So many bodies that I haven't seen yet, so many. They're like Shield paintings. They're so beautiful.
だけど惜しいな。田口さんの視点は作業的だ。映像を見る他人の目を意識しているし、死者に遠慮している。俺ならもっと。
So his technique could be better. He does little to catch the viewer's eye. There is too much restraint, too much distance. If it were me... No! That's not what we're looking for, Morishige.
Nari-chan.
Nari. Okay.
どうしたんだい?
What's the matter?
なんで笑ってるんです?
Why exactly are you laughing?
笑ってる? 俺が?
Laughing? Am I laughing?
笑ってますよ。嬉しそうに。
Yes, you're smiling and laughing like you're having a grand old time.
それは変だな。
Well, that's rather odd, isn't it?
ナリちゃん。
Naughty, let's...
私たちもう行きます。
Okay, I'm sorry, but we have to be going now.
行く? どこへ?
Going? Where exactly?
友達探してる途中なんで。
Well, we're in the middle of searching for our friends.
何をそんなに慌ててるんだい? 協力できることがあるかもしれないよ。
Where's your rush? Maybe there's something I could do to help.
いいです。私たちだけで頑張りますから。さよなら。
That's quite alright. We'll handle it on our own. Goodbye now.
何を勘違いしたんだか。俺のことを変質者か何かだと思ったのかな。
I think there must have been a misunderstanding. Maybe they thought it was some kind of pervert. I mean, you're some kind of something.
まあいい。誤解を解くのも面倒だ。
Well, that's fine by me. It'd be a pain in the ass to change their minds anyway.
それになかなか面白い反応だったしな。
Besides, that was a rather fascinating reaction.
カメラは置いておこう。これは田口さんの目だ。他人の視線で見てもいまいち感情に訴えてこない。
I think I'll leave the camera here. It's Taguchi's eyes after all. No one else could possibly feel how he felt from anything he caught on it.
俺は俺自身の目で見てもっと触れたい。
I want to keep taking in these surroundings with my own eyes, to keep feeling what the school has to offer in my own personal way.
俺は俺だけのコレクションが欲しい。いや、死者を自分のものにしたいのか。
I want my own collection. Or I suppose, I just want to possess the dead. I want to make them mine.
待て、何を考えている？俺はマユを探してるんだぞ。
Wait, what am I thinking? I should be searching for Mayu right now.
撮影はただのストレス発散だ。マユを探す前に俺が自暴自棄になっては話にならないから、その防衛策だ。
These photos are just for stress relief. If I lost myself to despair before finding Mayu, she could be gone forever, and I mustn't let that happen.
そう、マユを探すための手段でしかない。目的と手段を履き違えちゃダメだ。
Yes, this is all just one step in the long process of finding her, and I certainly can't be mixing up a single step with my end goal.
だがもっと見たい。
But I want to see more. Takuchi is completely motionless. It's impossible to tell if he's dead, though, or simply unconscious.
地震またか。
Another earthquake. After bracing myself for an indeterminate amount of time, the earthquake finally subsided. There's a candle shimmering here, along with a note. Whatever you do, don't look behind you.
振り返ったらどうなるって言うんだ。
What happens if I do? I can't save right now. No. Mitsu, oh, hi. Stay back.
どうしたんだ？袋井君は？
What's wrong? Where's Fukuroi?
うるさい！来るなってば！お前もあいつの仲間なんだろ！
Shut the hell up. I told you, stay back. You're in league with him, aren't you?
錯乱してるみたいだな。何があったんだ、山本さん。
You seem confused. What happened, Yamamoto?
触るな！血が！手に血が！お前、やっぱりお前も。
Don't touch me. There's blood on your hands. You really are. You really are.
誤解だよ。これはさっき死体を調べた時に。
You're mistaken. This is from examining a dead body earlier.
おかしいって思ったんだ。あんなに平気で死体に触って。やっぱりだ。
It's just I thought then. How can you be so cavalier about touching corpses? You're not right.
これじゃ何を言っても無駄だな。
There's no getting through to her in this state, it seems.
私は騙されない。もう引っかからない。
Don't be fooled. Don't be taken in by your lies anymore.
やかましい女だ。
She's certainly in a mood.
生きている人間はうるさくてかなわないな。人は寡黙な方がいい。
Living humans are so irredeemably noisy. People should understand the value of silence.
山本さん、
Yamamoto. Oh.
もう言ってしまったのかい。
Yamamoto. Gone already, is she? But your beloved isn't.
どこか落ち着ける場所へ行こう。あ、そうだ。またあそこに。
I should find some place to collect myself. That's right. I can always go back there.
そういえば、今日はマユにセビリアの理髪師の録画を頼まれていた。時間までに家へ帰らないと。
I almost forgot about taping that production. The barber of Seville. I have to make sure I get home in time. And here I was again. I pressed the button on my phone to shut off the second alarm I'd set. If this time display were accurate, then there was no chance of making it home in time to record the show for Mayu.
後でマユに謝らないとな。
I'll have to apologize to her later. I slid my finger naturally, almost automatically, from shutting off the alarm to opening my folder of saved photos. There was no sound in the room other than the tone of my button presses, and virtually no light other than that of what's shown from my LCD screen. Or so it seemed anyway. Yet this was my rock. In this place, I could truly relax. Here and here alone I felt at peace. The air was filled with the overpowering aroma of blood and entrails. It would be enough to make most people vomit, but for me, it was a smell to savor. I'd even describe it as comforting. Perhaps it's because it reminded me that I was in her presence. She who decorated the wall like a flower in full bloom. When I sat across from her, I felt more at ease than I could possibly convey in words. 'Cause he's with Mayu. It was as if she'd always been here for me. As if she were waiting for me. And sure enough, whenever I felt weary or needed respite, the door to this infirmary would always open for me, despite its tendency to the contrary. Each time it did, too, I would always be drawn in as if the room was swallowing me up, and my eyes would always have been upon its offering first. This girl upon the wall, slowly drying and slowly rotting, would always be there to greet me. And never once did I tire of the sight.
ずいぶん集まったな。死体の写真。
I've sure taken a lot. So many photos of the dead. I began talking to myself. Or maybe I was talking to her. Within my phone's memory was stored some of man's most sensual, most voluptuous objects. Yeah, object start. And she was the tip of the brush, the grand prelude. I'd amassed a whole other building's worth of beautiful sculptures to admire now, too. I was thrilled to bursting.
これだ。
That's the face of a sane man. And this is the one. This was the sculpture known as Mitsuki Yamamoto in life, but in death she was my property. One of my many pieces of found art. Those spirited eyes now dulled and clammy, those lips that spoke such harsh words, now stained with blood, her abdomen shredded, her innards exposed. So alluring, so captivating was she now. Sometimes destroying that which is beautiful only serves to make it more beautiful. And truly, this was the proof.
しかし、やっぱり残念だな。
Still, it is a shame. It is a shame that I can only gaze upon these gorgeous works of art within these school grounds. Before returning home with Mayu, I need to erase every one of these photographs from my phone. It seemed like such a waste. The world in which I once dwelled was far too narrow-minded to accept these masterpieces. It was often a hard place to call home. But as long as I had Mayu with me, I could endure. And to that end, this folder was an obstacle. A detriment. A hurdle to overcome before I could rejoin the world of the living. I needed to delete it. To put it all behind me.
でもまあ、いいか。まだ。
Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. If I do it after I get back. Shangri-La! Oh, Morishige. He really just plummeted, didn't he? Number 5 is clear. Number 6, Meyer. Chapter is now playable. Tetsuya Kakihara. Tsubasa Yonaga. Haruka Tomatsu. And Taira Kikumoto. So, we all know the drill. We're gonna end this episode here, so that way... What first I want to see? Because this should be... Who do we get? We got Tetsuya. We got... Haruka and Taira. Who else did we get? I think we got him. Yeah, I think so. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you later.